game in a return trip to Westchester this season. The dangerous Devin Ebanks entry pass.
Just an ability to shoot the ball, averaging nearly 3 steals per game to go along with 5 assists.
5 on the timer. It's bounced to Ebanks. Now to Thompson on the mismatch with Fredette. It's clear season on a good shooting streak. He's been cold the last 10 days. Baseline, Thompson against Lachinsky. And a no too strong. Marshall blows the follow. Nice fake for Cam Holt.
For Grand Rapids, Dave, they now have the veteran Dante Jones on their roster. He wasn't here last meeting 10 days ago. Interesting guy. He spent a lot of time in the NBA, of course.
Brown off the curl, inside. Holsey going against Baczynski. Gets his own miss. Misses again. Holsey gets it back for the follow.
They were somewhat related, with Jimmer, of course, getting more of the shots and handling the ball quite a bit as well.
Backside!
Brown fires it. First attempt for Jones from the outside.
Was in Brooklyn Nets preseason camp, and of course trying to get back to the league.
He was a Gatorade call-up last season, played for Fort Wayne, and then finished out the year with the Los Angeles Clippers. Ebanks steps in by 4.
Darion providing a lot of that inside strength that DeJuan Summers was early on before he went down for the season for Westchester.
Lorenzo Brown takes the high screen, trapped in the corner momentarily, bounces it inside for...
He has certainly developed early on this season on that end of the floor.
Approaching the 5-minute mark, first quarter. Grand Rapids leading the entire way. On the baseline. Brown pushing right back. Stopped by Atkins. Inside Holsey. Dunked by Capers after Brown crossed him over for the long 2. Brown and Capers matched up again on the left end of the floor. Ebanks steps into a 3. Too strong. Tremendous.
Yeah, and he is now shooting 4 of 6, and as we mentioned, a man who has starred often in the second half, but tonight doing it in the first.
In a game that is becoming more metrics-based, where you either shoot a 3 or a dunk, it's very rare to see someone so smooth in that 8 to 20-foot range. Inside, Holsey continues.
Him in the opening half of the game.
Matching Holsey with 11 first-half points. Jones against Marshall. Has room. Rims out. Battle for the rebound. Atkins and Trice took it away from one another. Now Ebanks, did by Brandon Dawson, the Michigan State product. Both him and Travis Trice, former teammates for who is now the #1 college basketball team in the country. Inside, Holsey no good. A rare miss by Cam in this first. Be better than last year's Final Four squad, and he hits again in the mid-range.
Of course, if you play 4 years for Tom Izzo at MSU, you will likely go to the Final Four at some point.
Dawson gets it back from Antetokounmpo, sets up Holsey. 3-point lead for Westchester. 4:15 to go, second quarter. Thompson straight away drains a 3.
Call as well. We'll hear that at halftime.
Fredette missed in the paint. Brown without numbers. Something you'll always see in the D-League. Good pace off of every miss. The rebound by Dawson. Brown tracked it down. Now it's Dawson in the paint. Holsey another rebound, marching his way to a first half double-double. And a traveling violation. Deadlocked at 40. Westchester has lost 2 of its last 3 after starting the season with 6 straight victories. They were the last undefeated team in the D-League, and they still have the best record.
Getting the start, normally comes off the bench, leading the way in scoring for Grand Rapids with 13. Travis Trice, big shooting night, 6 of 9 so far, 13 for Westchester.
2 minutes to play in the second
Barlow
quarter.
off the
2
screen.
minutes.
Brown fakes it, now drives. He's fouled. Reload, it's Trice. Lipped out from 3. Still tied at 42, 90 seconds left. Antetokounmpo the read again at 44. Dawson, step back. Easy
Not on quite as much.
Strong breaks the tie, 45-44, splitting a pair of free throws. An interview with Mike Miller upcoming. Ebanks spins in the lane. Less than a second difference between the game and shot clock. Grand Rapids can hold for 1. Drive leads by 1. Brown crossover into the paint. Slips it underneath. Dawson.
Drive wants to get him his minutes come hell or high water.
Brown, Holsey, Jones, Ebanks, and Thompson. The starting 5 for Grand Rapids.
Krasinski with no field goals. He remedies that very quickly.
A mid-air redirection for 2. Offensive foul. Or was it a pass at the rim from Sean?
Well, in any event, doing it on both ends. Getting the bucket there was TA after his block on the other end.
Great start.
But the ruling was that while there would have been continuation, the guy after making the basket traveled, and so they didn't give him the continuation.
They gave him the continuation. They didn't give him a made free throw. It was the idea that he was fouled in the act of shooting, but he made the basket only through an illegal act, so they couldn't count it. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
And thankfully, we're courtside, so we're able to have some chats with the officials during the breaks.
So it was a made basket, but they said that after being fouled, or before making the basket, he traveled, so they couldn't give him that call.
Nice step back. Wrapped it around to Marshall. Fall away is no good. Outlet to Brown. Bounce pass. Thompson high flying to the rim.
Does it over.
Thompson wants it. The mismatch against Fredette. Thompson with 5 inches on Jimmer. Now Jimmer guarding Dante Jones. Jones gets the foul. No good. Another rebound for Sam Thompson out of Ohio State. Lorenzo Brown, beautiful bounce pass on the cut. Thompson, count it.
It's not your night.
We'll add that one to the reel.
Yeah. The reaction reel.
Backdoor lob. No, not get the chance to close out that game. So we'll see how long his playing time progresses to into this 4th quarter. Largest lead of the night for Westchester, 8 points. Holsey cups the ball.
Guy who had been averaging only 7 off the bench, getting the start with again. Joining us late, Henry Sims, the big man, out tonight for Grand Rapids.
Dante Jones for Grand Rapids continues to sit.
Westchester's played predominantly at home so far.
We'll play Saturday at home, Sunday on the road. Ebanks on the take.
With 3 who normally don't see as much playing time.
5-0 run, Grand Rapids. I believe it's 5 straight for Ebanks. Now it's Holsey attacking strong. So Trice, Fredette, Antetokounmpo are in.
Nine-point lead, whittled to 2 here.
Catch and shoot, Dante Jones.
From the line tonight.
Drive number 22,
Brandon Dawson, the LA Clipper on assignment, checks back in. Brown gets it back, lays it in.
Travis's first bucket in a while. He now has 15. Had the big first half shooting. The bench nearly outscoring the starters tonight for Westchester.
Every single Westchester starter with a negative plus-minus. Kuczynski forces it inside. The turnover to the Brown run out. Dawson trails, stripped.
Right here. And indeed, Jim are able to reach in.
Ebanks. 2-point lead, Grand Rapids. 5:30 to go in the fourth. 9 ties, 10 lead changes. Back and forth game. Jones in the corner. Swish.
3-point.
Oh.
91-89. First three-pointer for Jimmer tonight. In a poor shooting evening. Ebanks caught it on the run. Shouldered his way inside.
Again, I think Fredette will really try to assert himself here. After all, at spots like this, Dave, this is why he's here. Or one reason, anyway.
Less than 10 to shoot. Whipped inside. Ebanks with position. Jones got his own miss. And a reset for Grand Rapids. Brown off the screen, throws it back. Ebanks. And a foul. Capers on the ball defense against Brown. Lorenzo Brown stops the dribble to Dante Jones, 7 to shoot. Jones setting up Atkins. Back to Brown, 3 on the timer. Fires over Fredette. No.
Beautiful feed by Fredette that time. And nearly thrown away here.
Full court pressure. 90 seconds to go. Brown just over the timeline. Knicks playing straight up. Ebanks just beyond the foul line. Knicks will look for the steal right away. If it's not there, they'll have to foul. Caper.
Defense of Westchester suffered for a time in that second half, enabling Grand Rapids to get some easy shots in the paint, and their stars took over the game. Ebanks and Brown, with Jones chipping in as well, and only his third game in a D-League uniform in that first half. Not the case here in the second. And that will do it.
Crawford charged it free. Right back to Brown. Holsey stripped. Final 6 seconds. Crawford runs the floor to Capers, adding 2 more to a career.